Alright, yo, what's up? So this is our spreadsheet we're going to be using. Notice on the bottom left, the form responses is going to be direct output from the Google form. And then the match tab, we created two pivot tables, one for the driver and the other for the rider. And this extracts directly from the form responses. It's automatic the moment someone submits a response. So our task is to look constantly between the driver and the rider to see if the leaving and the final destination are similar, if the date is within roughly 12 hours, no more than that, and you'll use your own judgment on if you should match this person. There's four categories that we have here on the right hand side. Green is if we found a match and we sent a group message to them. Yellow is sorry, they're like either the date or the location was not matchable, so we send them another template message. The red is whoops, it slipped through the cracks, hopefully this doesn't happen, but we have another template message for that. And blue is okay, we saw like 4 people going to Orlando and there's no driver, let's send them a group message using our template. And that's the blue identifier. The only data entry you need to do is in column AB, and that's in the light magenta, which is going to be just one of these 4 categories: green, yellow, red, or blue. So the first step in doing that is getting a unique identifier, and that is done by formula concatenate, which just stitches text together. And you either do concatenate this first formula, A, C, F, and G, and that's for the driver, and then the rider you'll use this other formula, O, Q, S, or T. So I'll do an example for the driver. I have the formula typing concatenate, and you can actually click here and it'll show you highlighted string 1. So the first string is going to be A, and you got to click just whatever the most recent cell is that you want to send a message to. So I click A4, comma, and then the next one's C, so click C4, comma, click F4, comma, and then G, close parentheses. Enter. So this gives you our unique identifier. And the most important part here is now we have a unique identifier, we have to capture it, because when we have more entries, the formula will just change to whoever that new ride is. That's why we need to copy and paste values. So either Control C or right click copy, and then right click, go down to the 4th item, paste special, and when you open that, the first one is paste values only. Click that. Now you'll notice, ooh, I got a fancy red marker here. So now you'll notice on this top, my awful squiggles, that now it's pasted values. Make sure you double check that. Okay, let's erase this. So now we got the right values here, and we can, depending on your text message, maybe you did match them, so that's a G. And if we look over here now, okay, it turned green. Maybe you didn't match them, so let's put it yellow, and it changes. Alright, the color coding is already there. Our only task is to fill in the unique identifier, which is the concatenate, and then the status. Okay, remember to copy and paste values. Now it's about analyzing. I mean, we've got like 50 posts in one day, so it's going to be kind of tricky. In fact, I'll show you. This is what we had last year. As it's loading, I'll show you our match page. It's going to be in order, you see, from date, and then you can collapse it like here if you want to. If we already got past the date, you can just click this minus button and it'll collapse. waiting for it as it's loading. There you go. So it collapsed. And anyway, this is what it'll ultimately look like, and then we can do some analysis on who has already sent a message and so on. So we'll have like shifts, I guess. 3 times a day, someone will log on to the spreadsheet and double check what new entries occurred between that time and if there is a match. So at 10 a.m. you'll get on and maybe spend 10 minutes, 10 a.m. to 10:10, or maybe at 4 p.m. it takes 30 minutes, however long it takes to send the messages. You'll just get on here, and if there is no messages we can send, then that's fine. Just exit out. But the next person has to know where you left off. A general rule of thumb is if it's 12 hours until the ride departure, which you can look here on the first column, the date, and then the approximate time when they're leaving, we need to send them a message, and that will be the yellow message. So especially as like early next week, we're going to have a lot of those yellow messages. That's it, all I can think of. Don't change the pivot table. I think this is all the data we need, but there is a way you can, if you think of a cool way to analyze it, go ahead and do it. Maybe you can use a timestamp or whatever. But that's the basic gist of it, and I hope this helps.